Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about the issues of school board meetings and specifically the topic of removing books that may have explicit or inappropriate content. My parents have both been going to school board meetings for years because my dad was on the school board, and then my mom has been a teacher, so she's attended some, and I just remember my dad never wanting to go because either they were boring or like there were just certain people that made decisions, or it was just a lot of like yelling like it is in the video. So I know somewhat about school board meetings, but this assignment gave me more information. So when the first side of the argument is the people that support for removing or restricting these certain books. So some parents and members of the community believe that certain books contain inappropriate content that can include like sexual material, profanity, violence, racism, or gender identity. And some people believe that that is not age appropriate for these young adults that could possibly be 14 or 15, which I definitely can see that side. And then because these people do believe that they can violate some values, or they can expose these young adults too early to these topics that are for more mature whenever their brains are still developing. Another argument is that parents also do ultimately have the choice of what their children should be exposed to in public education. I mean, they are paying for that education, they are raising their kids, so I feel like they should definitely have a say. So then the second side of this is supporting for keeping these books available. So they say that banning or restricting these books can actually limit people's freedom, or they can it's risky because some students may identify with these things, like maybe they've been through violence in their lives, or they are struggling with their gender identity, or they've had racist things said towards them. It could also lessen their feelings if these books are being banned and they're not allowed whenever these are true feelings that they're having. So these books, they do reflect real life issues. They also could show family struggles, and then they are very relevant to these students' lives, and taking them away is just kind of not good for maybe their self-esteem. And then another argument is that librarians and some of these educators are trained to select these books, and they have reasons on why selecting these books. So I feel like questioning their choices is kind of ironic whenever they are chosen to do these specific things. So if I were a school board member, I would use principles from the reading Eight Features of an Effective Board and School Board Governance models to guide what I would do. So I would stay focused on student achievement and their well-being. So books should support the cultural awareness. I feel like removing diverse or challenging books may be harmful to students' development, and I just feel like it's not a good idea. So another thing is, I feel like they could, another thing that I was going off of is engaging the public respectively, not reactively. So boards should listen to the community while protecting these students' rights, because the community also does help fund some libraries and stuff like that, and they have children in these schools and they are the parents of them. So you definitely need to validate how the parents are concerned for their children, but I would also defend the role of the educators in their choice of what they're choosing. So I think that instead of outright of just banning books altogether, I think that a compromise should be keeping books in the library, but allowing like a family, if they're very against these things, to opt out and not let their children receive these books. There could also be a book review committee of teachers and parents and librarians to evaluate these books and exactly why they're being chosen or why they're being questioned. And then I feel like parents should definitely have access to the book list in the libraries, and if they feel like these certain books are not appropriate, then they can opt out. So this idea kind of supports the input of the parents so that they feel like they truly do have a say in their kids' public education. It also supports the students' right to be able to read some of these books. Just because other students may not be able to doesn't mean that they shouldn't be able to. And then it also includes like keeping respect for educators and librarians and the people that do choose these books. It also respects the public voice, and I just think that overall it would be best to definitely include everyone's and give a fair chance to everyone about what they should and what they can and can't have access to. So, thank you.